If you've been following my videos the past little while, you will know that I'm a huge superhero fan, and one of my favorite superheroes is Green Arrow. Now, when Green Arrow first came out in Arrow, I wanted to get pretty much everything to get that costume as accurate as possible, and then they went and changed it to a way cooler costume in season 4, and I probably will be working on that one. But for now, I'm trying to work on getting the most authentic season 3 one, which I jumped over from the season 1. Now, if you've seen my other videos, which I will link at the end of this one, of the Green Arrow season 3 costume, and maybe the boots as well, one of the most requested prop feature from you guys is the quiver. And I will eventually have a quiver kind of tutorial video maybe after I'm done completely all the ones I'm doing that I'm doing for my group run. But for now, I want to share with you the quiver that I've made so far because I'm actually quite proud of it. The one thing I had to do to get this completely started was figure out the dimensions, which I worked on again with my friend Andrew, who, if you've noticed by now, has helped me pretty much with all the Green Arrow stuff. We have a good time working on all that, getting everything as perfect and as right as possible. So one thing we had to do is get that right. Then we had to 3D model a buck, if you will. What that means is we took a CNC cut slab of wood and cut it down to the shape of the quiver in order to give a formed look, because we had to form plastic around it. I decided to use Warbler because of its low temperature molding techniques, as well as a nice chance to actually try and use the stuff. And then you start working on from there. That gives it the distinct shape that it has, including being flat on the bottom, arch on top, but also, whether you've noticed or not in the TV show, that it actually has a slight taper as it goes wide to thin at the bottom. I'm very proud of these. Everyone ends up being a little bit different, but one thing I want to do, make sure that I had done when it came to this, was make sure that the size was right, but also that I used actual material. So it was discovered a while ago that it was black and green. The black specifically is nylon Cordura, which is a really dense fabric. You've probably seen it before on jackets or backpacks or duffel bags, anything like that. And then I wanted to use actual leather. So unlike the show, which used cowhide, I did use lambskin, mostly because it's a little easier to use. And I formed that around here, up the middle, on the top. And then I used some cowhide for the back, just give it a little more rigidity. And it has a cup on the bottom with a foam insert down there. The strapping was one of the most interesting parts, mostly because the color here, and I don't know how it's showing up here on the camera. In person, it's a kind of like a olive green, but in the show, it comes out kind of brown and green, depending what you're looking at, depending what screen cap you're looking at, depending what still you're looking at. So I wanted a color that was kind of in between, and I went with olive. I'm very happy with that choice. It's not a complicated prop. If it looks a little complicated, I'm sorry. But basically, just to give you a rundown, is you have lots of Velcro. Now the real one has lots of Velcro adjustments, and this one is a little bit simpler, but you have your main strap, you have your underarm strap, and then the underarm strap that turns into the main strap around the edge. So you basically fling it over your shoulder. Hopefully the mic doesn't catch this, and I apologize for your ears. And you wrap it around. Let me try and get back here. You wrap it around, slide it through the D-ring, and then you have it on there. Now in the show, they actually found a way to snap this to the hood so that it stayed in the right position. I try to get it as right as possible so that it looked like the proper quiver. I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I think it looks great. And one thing to keep in mind when it comes to these quivers for the show is that a standard arrow is usually around 30 inches, not including the tip. And some people have smaller or slighter different draw lengths, and it can be down to 27, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is when it is in the quiver, it's incredibly long, and his are about here. So what they did is they definitely cut them down, and then obviously affixed them into the quiver so that they can get around him, first of all, moving around, but also so they can get around it actually looking too high so when he doesn't bounce into anything. It's a pretty cool prop that way. But it's a really simple, easy prop. So if you have any questions about it, just ask me down in the comments below. Again, I will plan on having an actual tutorial to describe all the materials of the nylon, the Cordura, the leather, and I hope the close-ups here actually showed it off a little bit. But yeah, it's a fun project. It takes a little bit of time. You do have to get everything ready and set up so that you can actually have it be the right shape and the right form, but it's a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll have a tutorial for that, and hopefully I'll be working on the season 4 one eventually as well. But again, any questions, feel free, ask me down in the comments below. If you want to subscribe over here, I'm going to have more Green Arrow videos up and coming. I'm especially going to go be visiting the Arrow sets and prop maker and who knows what else as much as I can I'll be seeing them this month, so be sure to subscribe here if you want to keep up for that when those videos are released. And also check out my vlog channel, which is going to be linked in the description below, where I'm going to actually be updating you as it happens. So be sure to do that. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, but as always, thanks for watching.